Hello, hello. Anybody there? Anybody there? Let me know if you're there. Send me a chat. Hit me in the comments. Let me know who's there. Anybody? Anybody? Hit me a thumbs up. D Yogi, hello, sir. Mr. Derek, how's life, man? Mateus, look at this. Hello, everybody. 8N. Look at that. Who's excited? Arma Vortex. Please, please don't hate my first live stream. I've never even done it. Mr. Bob, how you doing, sir? Hope you're liking the servo. Yes, yes. Awesome. Look at that. Trying to get the chat pulled up. I have my laptop over there. Hey, Dad RC. Hello, hello. Blake. Look at that. Look at that. Hope everybody is doing well. So, we got the Arma Vortex of all the things. Oh my gosh. All right. Hey, give me a thumbs up. Who's been wanting one of these? Who's ready for one of these things in your life? Just came in today. Hello, hello, Bobby's RC, William, everybody, welcome. So we are looking at the Arma Vortex. I'm gonna try to throw some more light up here. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, somebody in the chat, they bought one today. Mr. Bob's been thinking about it. So you know the deal is we've had the you can't even really see me. We've had the Granite, we've had the Typhon. Love them. Obviously had a lot of the 6S Arma lineup. That's always been great. And so when I saw that this one was coming out, and it kind of looks like it's going to be a really good mix of the Granite, it's going to be a really good mix of some of these other vehicles, it was like, man, we got to try this. And so here we are giving it a shot. Dun, dun, dun. All right. So can anybody tell? Oh, you can already see on the side. You can't. Anybody want to guess? All right. So there's the red and blue. There is a blue and green, and there is the purple and pink. So anybody want to guess what color's in the box? Mr. Rich D bought a Monster Jam truck instead. Yes, of course. Yeah. What do we got? Who wants to guess? Who wants to guess what color? What color? All right, Blake's saying blue and green. Dan's got red and blue. I really do like the red and blue on here. I really, really do think that's good. All right, we have one. Oh, there's another. Bob says blue and green. Sean's RC Adventures, welcome, sir. Welcome. We're guessing the color that's in the box. Red and blue, blue and green, purple and purple one. I finally got Rich. Rich gave me a vote for the purple. So there's that one. All right, what's winning so far? It looks like blue and green's winning so far. Dun dun dun. All right, is it enough talking? Is it time to take the lid off? Mr. Sean's, thank you for the reminder. Everybody hit that thumbs up while you're here. And Blake is buying one Friday. All right, big reveal. Here we go. Here we go. You ready? Last one. Mateus says blue and green. And pow! It is the blue and green. Honestly, I kind of assumed everybody would be going with the red and blue. And so I was like, oh, I got to go with something different. Couldn't quite pull off the pink and purple, and so we went blue and green. Yes, congratulations to Blake. Congratulations to everybody who actually guessed correctly. All right, so here is the truck. Should we go to the truck first or the box? What do you think? Box? Yes, Mr. Rich D, I need you to purchase another Traxxas Rustler 4x4 so that we can do a beautiful video comparison. Dun dun dun. Yes, I believe it may be the Arma version of a Rustler. This is what we're looking like. What does everybody think? Look at that. I will say one thing in person. The tires seem small. They really seem kind of small. I'll get some other tires here in a minute to compare it to. But I was really kind of surprised when I pulled it out of the box and I'm like, those tires they just look small. I don't know if it's because of the low profile or what it is. But I mean, obviously they work well with the truck overall. So that's going to be fine, right? That's going to be good. All right. Mr. Blake, probably not running it tonight. It is already 8 o'clock here. It is already dark. So unless I am drifting it in the garage, we're probably not running it. But hey, nobody's saying that we can't drift it in the garage. All right, we're pulling it. We're pulling it. Everybody loves the reveal. Oh. Boom! That is a good-looking truck, actually. I heard some people say they don't really like the color coding on it, or they don't like all the graphics. But the truth is, like, in person, make sure you guys can see that. In person, like all these little details, all the spatter. Now, if you guys know me, I don't really keep my trucks nearly as clean as I probably should. But yes, it is. So it'll probably look like it's spattered anyway, just from regular life once I start driving it. Loving the roof skids. My vehicles do tend to spend some time on the roof. Obviously, like the wing mount back here. All right, but it's a pretty mean looking truck. I do like the body. Brand new. Yeah, Siblings RC. Shout out, man. Looks so good though. Brand new. I know. I never get brand new trucks. If you guys notice, I buy a lot of used stuff. Don't just bash blast, of course. On the inside there, had to have that. Now I am a little surprised that the wing is on the body. I don't know. Maybe you guys have watched a bunch of other videos. I'm actually kind of a little bit behind on it. I didn't realize the wing was on the body. I really would kind of rather the wing be back there, because this just means that when I crash, it's going to rip the back of the body off. What do you think? Am I wrong? I'm kind of thinking here. So, all right. So anyway, that's cool though. I mean, we'll see how it goes. You know, we'll give it the bash test. Now, yes, on the inside, that's looking very Granite, isn't it? It's looking very Granite with updated electronics. We'll get it. I'll snag the Granite here in a minute. We'll look at it side by side and see what it is. Mr. Bob, you've watched quite a few videos on it. Give me some wisdom. What do you think? What have you learned? Anything that the other guys haven't pointed out yet? Mr. Rich D, looking at the low wheelie bar. Can it bunny hop like the Haas? I don't know. Hey, we're going to have to try that. That's a good idea. I do like this design of this wheelie bar. It's actually kind of interesting, isn't it? It looks so beefy compared to all the other wheelie bars that we've seen on the other Arma vehicles and everything. And it's interesting. It has like a little hinge. Can you guys see that right in there? Actually, this support in here is hinged. And if I squeeze it, it actually flexes. And so I'm thinking that means it's probably going to break less, right? Folks go out there, jump it, crash it on the rear. It actually has some give built into it. That's pretty sweet. I do like that. Otherwise, on the inside, we're looking very similar. Very, very normal Arma-esque, right? Bob, we think it's going to be the nicest 3S car in the lineup. Yes, I would tend to agree that it probably is. All right, instructions, looking like all the normal instructions. We'll read those later, right? We'll look at those later. We'll find the English versions and we'll read them later. But I do need to pay attention because this does come with the DX3 controller. So anybody out there a fan of this one, right? Does it come with this? Anybody, what do you think? I am torn. I think these things work well. I think they are good, but man, that SLT3 that like our Typhon came with, just like, grab it. So DX3 versus SLT3, like, I'll be honest, I really like this SLT3, and I guess if you really stack them side by side, like this bottom half, where the buttons are, where the trigger is, look really, 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 really similar. The dimensions to the wheel looks really similar, but I don't know. It's too smart for me, if I'm honest with you guys. Like, this thing is literally just too smart for me. I really love a controller that I can just go, all right, here's dual rate, here's steering center, done. Right? If I'm out bashing, I don't need all the fancy stuff, but I know everybody does love that. Yes, Blake, it does show the battery level, assuming you have the smart batteries, correct? And guess who doesn't have a single one of the smart batteries? This guy. I don't have a single one of those. So we will see. We will see what happens with that when I give it a shot. So obviously we're going to need some double A's in there, but otherwise that is looking good. So I am excited here. Let's see. Anything else in the box? That is it. That is it. That is it. Instructions. And what does everybody think? Oh, so we do have the other piece, the speed pinion in it. It says 60 miles an hour on the box. We know that that very rarely occurs straight out of the box without. You got to have the speed pinion, right? A 22. So I will be stay tuned, right? I think it's supposed to be raining soon here in Middle Tennessee, and so we may have some troubles getting some speed runs done and stuff. But you know, one of the first things is run it on 2S, see what it does, run it on 3S, see what it does, and then swap in the pinion. You know we'll be working on this very soon. So be on the lookout for that. Mr. Rich D votes for an immediate switch to the speed pinion. Yes, exactly. Guy on a Moose, make a mini Creighton with a Typhon 6S. That could be fun. I have thought about going ahead and trying to swap out the ESC in this so that it could at least run 4S, because I think a 4S could be fun. This little thing, which immediately looks like a pistol, I don't know if that was on purpose from Arma or not, but I will be very curious to try this out on tightening up the slipper clutch on it. Very curious for that. So, all right. So, hey, what do you guys want to know? Let me know. Oh, Mr. Rich D found us a new speedrun spot. That is awesome. Thank you, sir. Dan, pew pew. I like it, man. Thank you, sir. So, hey, so tell me. So, what do you guys want to know? What do you want to see? I did this live for a reason, which is, man, there are so many people that have already unboxed these and already made videos with them. So I was like, all right, I'm going to take the lid off and look at it, but I might as well go live with it and see if you guys have any questions along the way. Is there anything that I can show you about the truck? So think about that. Put it down in the chat. Put it down in the chat. I'm going to grab the Granite. And while I'm grabbing the Granite, you guys throw some comments, throw some questions in on the chat. Interesting. Blake's asking, is the Big Rock any good? I have to choose between this and the Big Rock. Which one would you go with? And Wheelie GRC, how much longer are the arms? Look at that. Well, we are going to be able to answer these questions. So I haven't driven, personally, I've never driven the Big Rock. However, I hear a lot of folks really do like the Big Rock. I would think that this one should be setting a little bit lower, is potentially a little bit more stable than the Big Rock. But I think this comes at a price premium, right? Anybody want to go out there and look and double check? I think the Big Rock this is actually slightly more expensive than the Big Rock, especially now that it has the full spectrum electronics and the DX3, right? So because of that, I believe it is slightly more expensive. How much longer are the arms compared to the Granite? Well, I, in theory, don't even need to look at this to tell you, because I have already been researching and digging up on this truck a little bit. My understanding, they're the exact same part numbers. So I was looking out earlier. To see what parts were available, and of course, nobody's making aftermarket parts for it really yet. But I did go and I did look, and these part numbers, the factory Vortex control arm part numbers, which you guys can't quite see. Sorry. So the factory Vortex control arms are actually the exact same part number as the Granite. So Wheelie GRC, they're the same. They're the exact same length. All right, shock drop test from Soul City. Okay, we can get to that. I have to move my camera, but we can do that. Addicted loves the Big Rock. Shade Tree, yes. Big Rock is only $329. That would have been my guess. I thought it was that cost. Vortex is shorter wheelbase than the Big Rock. That does make sense, because it is, if you can see this, I have the Granite and the Vortex sitting side by side, Front tire, center lines lined up, rear tire, it is exactly the same. Front control arms, rear control arms, exactly the same. The front bumpers are different. And of course, the wheelie bar whole mechanism is different on the back. What do we got? Sent in, get the granite. Well, see, yeah, so see, Shade Tree, that's the thing, man. So you're saying you'd rather get the granite. And that's one of the big questions that I have with the Vortex. And I got to keep moving it over here so you guys can actually see it. So, you know, I've put out there, if you guys know, I actually won the granite from Bars and Tone. So shout out to Bars and Tone. I don't know if he's in the chat. If he is, he should make a comment so that somebody, you guys can go follow him. But yes, shout out to Bars and Tone. We won the granite from him. It was a mega. We converted it over to brushless, and it is going to be going on the giveaway block soon, very soon. That was one of the promises that I made, is that this will be given away. And I knew that this was coming out, and so I said I cannot get rid of this until I can do a comparison side by side. But as soon as I do that comparison video, I will be doing a giveaway of the granite that has been converted to brushless. So please stay in touch for that. But man, I said all that for a reason. Oh yeah, Shade Tree. So me and actually the Rich DRC who is in the chat, we have always agreed that the granite is like the best budget basher that you can get. It's the price is great. It is crazy durable. It is just so good. And so since this Vortex is so similar to it, I am very optimistic that this thing will be a beast. And I think it might be slightly better because it is a little bit shorter, so it's probably going to handle a little bit better. I'm assuming with these tires, it is going to slide. It's not going to grip and roll over. One of the things that you'll see with this granite is I've actually lowered it. I've actually especially body dropped the thing because it was just so high in the air. It was kind of like the old Stampedes, like it sat up like this and it just kind of looked stupid. So I actually cut the body mounts front and rear to try to drop the whole truck just so that it looked kind of okay, right? And so yes, so there's Shade Tree out there who is saying, you know, maybe we should just go ahead and get the granite. Like that's going to be one of the big questions for me is this really worth the, what is it, $60 price premium or $50 price premium versus the granite? I don't know. I don't know if I can really say that it is. I'm optimistic with the wheelie bar, the electronics. I think that would be a benefit, certainly. But I am surprised here. I don't know, can you guys see this? Boop, boop, a little bit. The granite tires are noticeably bigger, like noticeably bigger than these. They're not only are they wider, they're like a whole tread block wider on the edge. They're also, I don't know, what is that? Maybe 5-10 millimeters taller. So swapping these tires, we're definitely gonna have to try swapping those tires over at some point and seeing what that looks like for sure. Rich still thinks it's gonna be awesome. What do we got? Big Rock is better. Long wheelbase for the win. So Filthy Co Artsy, shout out to you out there. I was hoping, if I'm very honest, I was hoping that the Vortex would be the Big Rock longer wheelbase. I really was. I was really hoping that would be the case. Let me think. What else you got? I might have missed some questions in there. Is there anything else? Anything else? I know you guys are still talking about the 4S Armas. When are they going to release those things? We know they're coming, right? Dearden said something about it. He had that interview. He mentioned the 4Ss are coming out. I know my buddy, the Rich D there, he is definitely waiting on those 4Ss. It will be very interesting. So it looks like, if I'm sitting here with the granite, and if I look at this, if I look at just the chassis height, we're sitting at just under 50 millimeters. And actually just sitting here at almost 60. So the granite is actually slightly taller. And I am surprised by that. There must be something, the shocks must actually be a different spec. It looks like eyelet to eyelet's about 90, and over here that is much different. Yeah, we're looking at like 105. So the granite definitely has longer shocks. It looks like Shock towers are slightly different. They're definitely from the same concept, same design theory, but the shock towers, at least the rears look like they might be the same. The fronts are just slightly different, a little bit wider on the Vortex. So you have that, but then you also have the shorter shocks, and so that must be part of what we're seeing in the total ride height from the Granite. So depending on how rough terrain you're going over, that really might make more sense for that Granite, because you're going to have a little more ground clearance for sure. Short wheelbase with a smaller tire, Mr. Rich D. Yes, might make the stunting a little bit. Well, you got the shorter wheelbase, so it's a little bit stuntier, but the tires are smaller, so maybe that kind of balances it out. That is you are full of good points, sir. But I know what you're going to want to do. You're going to want to put these tires on it and make it do all of the back flips and the front flips. Let me think. More. I wonder why there's not a center drive shaft support. So who was asking that? Wheelie GRC. So yes, I'm guessing that the center drive shaft support's only on the longer chassis. And maybe somebody else out there can correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, I know on some of the vehicles that they've come out with, it has that little bearing that's perched up right here in the middle, right? I am not seeing that. It is definitely not on the Vortex. Volume's a bit low. I'm sorry. That's probably just me. It's my cell phone. Never done it before. Let me try to talk a little bit louder. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, guy on a Moose, Typhon 6S, taking an absolute beating. We love those. Those things are a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Let me think. What else we got? Yeah, Shade Tree. If you wait a little bit, you'll learn to see how good a vehicle is. Well, the good news about this is it really does look like it is basically a Granite. And so you can, it's a Granite with different tires and a different rear end and wheelie, different rear bumper, wheelie bar, different front bumper, different shock towers. I mean, it's got some stuff. Obviously, the electronics are different. You know, and a lot of people have been complaining about those BLX motors that had been coming in the Armas, gear mesh being too tight, some stuff along those lines, and then those bearings wearing out of them. So I'll be very curious on this motor to see if I have that issue. I think honestly tomorrow morning, one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to tear this thing apart. I'm going to tear the thing all the way apart and see what, and see if the gear mesh looks like, see how the shock oil is looking like, just tear it all down and just see what that looks like. You can add it. Big Rock, which do you prefer? Yeah, Blake, it's going to be a good question. Big Rock or Vortex? You guys are going to make me go out and get a Big Rock just so I can compare it, huh? I'm definitely going to do a Big Rock versus Granite. We're going to bash them and we're going to see what that looks like. But I'm kind of thinking it's going to be this very similar. We're going to have to see. Do the Driftomaniacs articulation test. Yes, we got to see. All right, so there we go. Look, there you go. That's your basher articulation. It's not a lot. It is not a lot, as you may imagine. Mr. Dan wants to know, how is the back differential? So let's see. It is, I don't know, they feel good. They feel like they have, I don't know. Honestly, Dan, they feel exactly like all the stock Arma differentials. I'm guessing it still has even the same fluid and everything in it. Very smooth. I don't feel any issues as far as the gears go. Feels completely solid to me. Particle Man, welcome. All right. Oscar's trying to ask the question, will a 4S arm in it? I don't know. I don't even have batteries for the controller yet. I didn't even plug the battery in. And I think, truth be told, I don't even have a plug that would work on that. And so we're going to have to figure that out. You got a Nova, you got servos. What else? So yeah, the other thing. So here's something I want to know from you guys. So I have a series of videos planned of things that I want to do with this. Obviously, we need to do some big air, crazy bashing, you know, all that kind of stuff. We need to do that. It's going to be raining in Middle Tennessee this week, which means we might have wet skate park action, which, if you guys didn't know, a wet skate park is the best kind of skate park. Nobody's there. The car slides around. It's a bunch of fun. It's a blast. And so that is a thing. We definitely need to do a skate park bash with it and just see how durable is it. I want to do 17 millimeter conversion to it because yes, this truck still does have those 14 millimeters on it, right? And 14 millimeter wheels, I mean, that's fine. Like, it's actually because Arma's doing it, right? More and more companies are coming out with wheels that you can run 14 millimeter on. So that is helpful. That is very helpful that you know, Duratrax and Proline, they're all coming out with stuff that you could run. But I have a bunch of stuff that is 12 millimeter hex. I have a bunch of stuff that's 17. So I want to do the 17 millimeter hex conversion on it. So I have the parts ordered from the 3S Typhon BLX because those are all 17 millimeter hex. And it looks like, since these are all the same parts, all you really need is this stub shaft, the hex, and then the nut. So it's actually not a big deal. And you can swap over and be 17 millimeter. If I'm wrong, please somebody tell me so I can go order some more parts. But yes, we will be doing the skate park bashing, obviously. I want to do a comparison video of it versus the Granite because we got to see what that really looks like, right? Really, which one is better? Probably going to be throwing a servo in it. So this does have, I can't see, it does have one of the Spectrum servos in it. I don't see a part number or any markings on it at all, actually. It's completely and utterly black. So maybe I'll have to pull that whole thing out and see what it looks like. But I'll probably, you know, ready to run servos almost always die. So I'll probably be throwing a servo at it, which this is a 23 tooth. So I'm going to have to get a upgrade to the 25. I'm going to have to get the servo horn for it. We're going to be doing that. I want to find some different tires and wheels. This is one of the things already I'm like looking at these and I think they're going to be a blast. Don't get me wrong. I liked the Guitars when they were, when we drove it, both me and the Rich D, we both had 6S Arma Italian. And you know, that was the tread pattern that came with that vehicle out of the box. We loved it. It was fun. Did it have the most traction? No, but oh, it was a good mix of like being able to bash, but then also being able to like slide around in a parking lot and have a lot of fun. And I'm hoping these tires will be very similar. But I am very curious, since I have seen the height difference here with the Granite, very curious to try maybe these Granite wheels over here. I have some buggy tires. I want to take this thing racing. So the Rich D knows we have a local track, Chuckles Raceway. What do you think? Is that going to look stupid? Can you guys see that? That kind of looks silly. Those are too small. The offset is way wrong. It might clear. I don't know, it might clear. I might need some adapters. But that makes for one very, very narrow little vehicle, right? But the other choice is to run full-on 3.8 truggy tires. And I have a feeling that's going to also be very, very bad. Like I have one more set with a different offset that might actually cooperate. So this set, no good. Offset's way wrong. I have to run a big adapter with that one. So there you go. There you go. Monster Vortex. You guys saw it here first. What do you think? Oh man, so what are the questions we got? Duratrax has good tires, good price. I agree, Particle Man. Love the Duratrax tires. I've had them crawling and everything. That has been great. Some of their basher tires also really, really fun. So that'll be interesting. Why this over the Big Rock? I don't know. We're gonna have to give it a test. We're gonna have to give it a test and find out. I've heard there's a little delay on the Vortex trigger. Yes, we will have to see. I will have to get batteries in the controller. I don't even have batteries in it yet. Yeah, Kaiju's on the top of the list. I've heard it's good. I've never actually done it. Filthy Co put 8 scale buggy tires on everything. Man, you guys should see it. So we had a Stampede 4x4 for the longest time. And I took it to the track one time, lowered it down, and put buggy tires on a Stampede 4x4 and attempted to race it. It was stupid, is what it was. It didn't handle. Even with the buggy tires, it still just wanted to slide all over the place. Suspension was way too stiff. It was super set up for bashing and not that. So let me think. Yes, those are perfect. Red catch on. All right, there we go. So I am looking forward to. I think these might be a little big. We may have all of the backflips with these. So I think we're gonna have to figure out how to go to 17 millimeter. I think we're gonna have to put the buggy tires on. It's not the best look in the world, that green and blue clashing with the yellow. I might have to make my race tire choice based on what wheels are tied to the race tires. But maybe you think I can put 2 of them on at the same time? You think I can run dualies? I don't know if they'll let me do that or not. That might not be a thing. They might not let us do that. All right. So that is interesting. Okay, so we're going to do that. Okay, so what did we talk about? We're going to bash it. All right, we're going to bash it. We're going to be taking it to the skate park. We're going to do all that kind of stuff that you guys expected to see. We're going to do a 2S, 3S comparison with the standard pinion, with the speed pinion. We're going to have to do all that. That'll be interesting. I want to try some different tires like we were just talking about. Maybe swap the Granites over here. See some other things that I can maybe try to put on it. Proline has some different stuff out right now that I think might work really well on it. 17 millimeter hex conversion. We're going to do that, see what that does. We got to do speed runs, right? We got to see if we can hit that 60 miles an hour. Yes, Mr. Rich D. Hoons. Oh my gosh, that would be a blast. I need to get some, we need to get some Hoons or borrow some from somebody. Anybody want to send me a set of Hoons so that we can, that would be a blast because they might be. All right, you guys, hey, you guys are all out there. Help me out here real quick. So this tire looks like it's about, oh man, 110, 115 millimeters tall. That's the same as about just under 4.5 inches. How tall are the tallest Hoons? Because if I can stick some Hoons on there, that would be, it'd be fun at least, right? Go throw it through a parking lot, see what happens. That could be pretty fun. All right, so what else am I going to do to it? I had a whole list. I actually had the boys. I had Logan and James. I had Logan and James brainstorm with me of what we're gonna do. We're gonna go racing with it just for giggles, just to see if we can screw up the novice class with the Arma Vortex and just see what happens. Addicted to RC, thank you. Look at that, first one on the trigger. About 100 millimeters is the tallest Hoons, and so that's not too much shorter. That's not too much. It's about 10, maybe 15 millimeters shorter. So put the Hoons on it and put the biggest, stupidest pinion gear we can in it and just see what happens. Just let it rip. Just utterly let it rip. See what happens. That could actually be pretty fun. So, all right. So we have that. What do we think? Shade Tree. I like the Dynamite Vindicators. Okay. All right. I'm going to have to check those out. They might be perfect on the Vortex. Okay. All right, cool. I'll check those things out. I'll see what that looks like. Now, I will say one thing that I do like on this, which I didn't realize that they did. I guess that the new one's the same way. So you remember when Arma first came out with these 14 millimeter, they had like some silly nut, right? And I think the Rich D, I think you had one of these. This is actually just a standard nut. So even though it's a 14 millimeter wheel, it's not that flanged, big, wide, trying to go out to 17 millimeter. It's actually just simple. It's actually just a simple one. Regular nut. That's going to make it much nicer. Wheelie GRC, thank you for dropping in. I appreciate it. Go have fun with your adulting. All right. Yes, rear Hoons from the Felony. I hope they're a little bit taller. See, I'm going to check those out. I do appreciate it. Thanks for stopping in. Addicted to RC. I appreciate that. So, all right, so here we are. We have a whole host of things. I think, so one of the things I've already ordered, I ordered it, shout out to my local hobby shop, Cookville RC. they are able to get stuff to me like next day air. It is freaking awesome. Because these control arms are the same as the Granite, I've actually gone ahead and ordered the RPM control arms for it. So I went ahead and ordered the RPM control arms for it, so that way, if I do break these, I have the backups already. So we'll probably just put those on anyway because RPM control arms are awesome. Yeah, so we'll give that a shot. I want to see if this whole rear wheelie bar assembly will bolt straight onto the Granite. I am guessing it might because it's all the same. Yeah, it looks like it's all the same stuff, I think. I am pretty confident. That that's all roughly the same stuff back there. So that might be a really, really awesome upgrade for the Granite. Is sticking the Vortex rear wheelie bar and everything on it. I like that. Awesome, awesome. Okay, hey, so what else do you guys want to see? So I told you some ideas. That I want to do with it. Obviously bashing is a thing, right? We're going to do the bashing. I'm going to do some upgrades. I'm going to do some racing with it. What else? Give me some ideas. What do you want to see me do with this thing? Not tonight. Make a Granite or a Grantex. All right, Rich, you're smarter than I am. So what's a Granite? A Granite would be a Vortex Granite mix. Is that what that would be? The 4S wing will bolt up to the Granite also. Dude, so here's the thing with the 4S wing. So Filthy Coat, it's on the freaking body. It's not on the chassis. I was really, really hoping that this wing was on the chassis like it is with the Typhon, so that way it helps protect the back of the body. This isn't going to protect the back of the body. You hit the ground. I mean, hey, you've seen me bash, right? I don't always land it on the wheels. In fact, most of the time we probably don't. But when you come over and land and you hit this, it's going to transfer all that force. You're going to see people rip the back of these bodies off, I think, rather quickly. That's really pretty sad. Now, if you just wanted it, you can see I've already been duct taping the inside of the Granite body. If you just really, really, really want to put it on there, it looks like you should be able to, because the wing's only mounted with 4 screws. So 2 that come here in the back, and then 2 in through the top right here, and it sandwiches this plate. So really all you need is somewhere square on the body. Obviously, where these little 3S, the side winglets tuck in here, that might be a problem. Actually, it looks like it'll tuck in just around the side of the Granite body. So that might actually work out really well. You might have to, where this is not flat here, that might be a problem. So I think that's going to be your one issue, is where this part kicks up. It doesn't look like, because that's a square, this is a square flat bracket, because this is a truck bed, right? And it kicks up right here before the end of the truck bed. I don't think it's going to sit flat. But what it'll basically do is it'll pull this body up like this, which, as long as you're okay with that, like it'll be fine, right? It'll be fine. But yeah, I don't think that will work. Run it like it is till it breaks. Shade Tree, is that a challenge? Mr. Voodoo, hello, sir. How you doing? Welcome in. Jump it through a ring of fire. So that's funny, Dan. And so you don't know. So yeah, Blake, I think the wing is just for looks. But hey, Dan, so jump it through a ring of fire. So Mr. Rich D, he's in the chat. We did it, I think it was for a Driftomaniacs challenge. Rich and I don't remember even why we did it, but I'm pretty sure it was a Driftomaniacs challenge. Rich and I set some wood on fire and we jumped, I think it was, Rich, I think it was your 6S Outcast or 4S Outcast. We jumped it, like, jump, land on this flaming board, drive through, jump off the other side and do flips. Like 5 people watched that video. It was really... Rich and I had the most fun ever making that video. And it was really fun. And yes, and it didn't, nobody loved it. There was no love for the, like, fire and the danger and all that kind of stuff. All right, so Mr. Rich, so you said the Granite. So that was, again, I'm assuming that's a, what did you say, Vortex and Granite combination, which I think is the Vortex, unfortunately. I think the Vortex is a Vortex and Granite combination. Maybe we can swap tires? Maybe we can see, ooh, this is a good question. Will the body just fit? Look at that. I made a Vortex Granite already. Ta-da! The first ever, world premiere, first ever Vortex Granite. The body mounts do not 100% line up, but the bumper, I mean, look at that. It looks like it was made for it, right? It literally, like, trim a couple things. The holes need to be up here. But you can literally just go ahead and stick the granite body on there. And then I'm assuming it's all the opposite stuff here. So there, front body posts. Oh, they're just a little bit in the wrong spot. All the body posts are just slightly in the wrong spot. But look, there's a Vortex Granite. That's what the Vortex would look like with granite wheels. Ta-da! Look at this, world first. You guys can't get this kind of cutting edge RC information anywhere else. Cutting edge. So we made a granite Vortex. Oh, and your and your comment got lost on me. I can't find it. There was another one, a Grantex. Oh, those are just the same thing. We just did it. We just did world first right there. Ta-da! Oh gosh, I love it. All right, so yes, I think the wing is for looks. I think the wing maybe quickly torn off. I hope I'm wrong. Can I be honest? I really hope I am wrong, and that this wing will serve great use in its time. But unfortunately, I am skeptical. All right, Filthy Co, you liked the yeah, you liked the flame video. Really appreciate that. Definitely shout out to the Rich DRC for that one. Okay, Rich says that we should be flipping over people. Oh, that's right. That's what the Driftomaniacs challenge was that we did with that. So let's see. So Quad Crazy Keith looks way better. Which you think with the body swap? You think it's better that way? If I get a Vortex, that's what I'm doing. All right, cool. Sand the wing down a lot before it destroys the body. Yes, we should just remove it, and then that way this pretty body can stay. If only I had a big rock body. But hey, look at this. What? We're gonna blow your guys' minds. I do not have the big rock, but if we excuse the granite, if we say thank you to the Bars and Tones for the granite, for the use for this video, we'll say thanks to them, and we will introduce the Typhon 3S. Dun dun dun. All right. So with this, can we make? All right, Rich, what would this make it be? It's a Typhon and a Vortex mixed up. What does that make it? I think it makes it a truckified Typhon. What do you think? I think that's all it is. I think you're some body mounts away from it being a reality. It sits way high, of course, because of these mud guards. So lose the mud guards, ditch the mud guards, put the... Holy crap, there's a battery in here. I'm a professional RCer. I apologize. So I let somebody borrow it, and I forgot that I left the battery in there with it when I let somebody borrow it. So lose the mud guards, move the body mounts over, and I'm pretty sure, because this is the same wheelbase, right? Oh no, the Typhon's actually longer, so that might be more of a struggle. Okay, so the Typhon's longer, but the body looks like it would fit. So it's a truckified Typhon without a rear wing. I don't know, that's probably a fail, right? Blake says that's ugly. I think so. So yes, the Vorteon. Ooh, look at that. Yeah, it's a Vorteon. It's a Vorfin. It's a Vorfin. It sounds bad. Or a Tyvex. A Tytex. Ooh, it could be a Tytex. Richie, I'd call it a Voltron, but I'm pretty sure somebody would sue me if we named it a Voltron. Yes, I think that might actually look really cool if it actually could have a wing on it, right? So if I could move the body mounts and the Typhon wing over, then I don't know, it might work. It might work. All right. Looks like an old Tyco car from the 80s. It's a UFO. Awesome. All right, cool. So versus the Typhon, which has seen a lot of abuse. It's been around a racetrack. It's been beaten at skate parks. It does have one of my Zuske servos in it, so that is awesome. Obviously, it has the old motor ESC combo in it. And yes, it is actually the exact same. So I didn't know this was the case. So look at this. We learn things every day. This is actually the same motor. So it's the same motor. So really the only thing that's different, I mean, the exact same part number, Arrma 3200. So this is not, in fact, a new motor in the Vortex. It's actually the exact same one, which means I need to watch out for the bearing on the front of that thing. So I need to watch that. So really, it's only the ESC that's different. So we'll have to really see if that Spectrum ESC is truly good. But let's look underneath. So yes, Typhon is noticeably longer. Wheels lined up there. Obviously, the Typhon does have that longer wheelbase. But I'll be honest, like I may really want to steal the wheelie bar off of this and put it on this Typhon. And that looks like it should work. It looks like that would be a thing, and that it would really, really work. So that is cool. I will definitely have to check that out, because that would be a very cheap and simple swap over. And then I'm wondering on the front bumpers, you might be able to do the same thing on the front bumper also, because if you guys don't know, this is actually, the Typhon mostly lives life as my 7-year-old's basher. And so anything that we can do to make this thing more indestructible is a good thing. So moving this Vortex bumper over and sticking it on the front of the Typhon, that might be worth every penny. Every penny, every penny. So, okay, hey, what questions do you have? What do we want to see? What do we got? You guys are all talking about cool cars, technos, MT410s. I've never owned a techno. I really, really need to get on that, don't I? I need to get on that. Mr. Rich D has talked about trying to get the MT410 before, or trying to get techno race buggy. Yep. Awesome. All right. Well, hey. So, what do you guys think? Good, bad, indifferent? I need to get to some soldering. I either need to make myself a adapter, or I need to just go ahead and solder on a different plug here, one or the other. And then I need to get to making some videos, man. I got to get to bed so I can go make some videos tomorrow. We need to bash this thing, try it out, see what it does. Upgrades for it in process, upgrades, already ordering them just to try them out and see what it does. And so keep an eye out for that. But it's almost, I think I'm infringing on the Tank RC time. I'm pretty sure it's a Tank RC live stream night, so I'd hate to step on his toes at all. What do you guys think? Win races. Marcus J, what plug is that on it? Solder and drift. Rich is cheering for me to drift it in the garage. This is the EC5, IC5. This is IC5, Mr. Marcus, and it's nothing wrong with the plug. Actually, they work rather well. The only negative to them is I have XT90s on all my stuff, and although they look really, really similar and all that kind of thing, they don't plug in. So that is sad. That is very, very sad. So I do have XT90s and I have a whole stack of them. So we will be soldering on a new end, which yes means I will lose some of the telemetry with that beautiful Spectrum system on there. So maybe it's someday you guys will watch a bunch of videos and Horizon Hobby will start sponsoring me with Spectrum batteries, and then you'll see me running them and everything. They seem like they're really, really nice. Their chargers look really, really nice. I just have a whole bank of regular 2S, 3S, 4S sitting over there with XT90s on them. And so it's really hard for me to make that jump when I've already been on that. All right. Yes, Kurt's RC Tank is live at the hour. So we will I don't want to step on his toes. I'll let him do his thing. King of live streaming, Mr. Tank RC. All right, any other last thoughts, parting wisdom? What do you want to know? Anything last that you want to see? What do you think? Do it tonight. Cut it and smile. Who cares about that? Now, yeah, so Speed Sicko, you are not wrong, right? Making an adapter in case there's a warranty issue, that's not a bad choice, because if I burn up this ESC, but you know what I'm going to do if I burn up this ESC? If something goes wrong with this ESC, I'm probably going 4S, because that would be fun, right? Throwing a 4S capable like hobby wing or something in it just to see what it'll do on 4S, and that could be kind of fun. So even if I fry the ESC, I might put something different in it anyway. No, I don't think there's going to be any issues with the Spectrum ESC, but maybe you just never know. Stuff happens, right? Stuff happens. All right, what do you guys think? Yes, hey, thank you, Filthy Co. Hit the thumbs up, guys. We do appreciate it. First ever live stream. So, hey, how did I do? My first ever live stream. You guys said I was quiet. What else? You can't see the top of my head, I don't think, because I'm using my cell phone and I'm an idiot and I don't know how to aim it. So, so there's that. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Thank you, Filthy Co. You think I did pretty good? Would you guys be interested in any more live streams, any other stuff like that if I do them? Or is there so many live streams that you just can't even keep up with it? Blake, would I recommend the Vortex? Ooh, hey, that's a good question. Thank you, Mr. Blake. So, I don't know yet. I assume so, right? I haven't driven it yet. I really need to get out. I really need to bash it. When I look at it just straight away, is it a good truck? It's a Granite with a different body, different wheels, different ESC in it, better wheelie bar, a wing that we'll see if it's actually good or not. So, so yeah, we're going to give it a bash. I am pretty highly confident that it's going to be a good vehicle, right? Like the bones of it are those solid granite bones. So I'd be very shocked if I came away with, wow, this thing is horrible. And so, so yes, I'd be surprised. I think it's going to be good. Is it worth a little bit of a price premium compared to the Granite? Now that, I don't know. I don't know. So Blake, you need to know before Friday. So my goal here is to be pumping out some content. My goal is, I think it's supposed to be nice weather tomorrow. And so I am going to be out tomorrow driving it. So hey, even if you don't see the video you want published before Friday when you're going to go buy it, shoot me a message on Facebook or Instagram or something like that. And even if I don't have my YouTube videos up to date with the latest that I've been doing with this, which I'm going to try very hard this week to make some content and pump it out real quick so that everybody can see what the vehicle's like. But just shoot me a note on Facebook or Instagram and I will let you know my honest and latest thoughts based on what I've been doing with it. So I'm happy to help out in that way. I don't get anything out of it. I'm just me making videos and having fun with RC. So not a big deal. Bob says, can't wait to see it at the skate park. There we go. Yeah. So I have my big air ramps here at the house. So we're going to have to try it on those first. And then if it rains this week, I think I'm going to have to sucker the Rich D RC to try to go to the skate park with me. Mr. Blake, what's my Facebook? Roadside RC, of course. You can find me on the Instagrams and the Facebook, Roadside RC. You can hook me up with the messages on there. Don't spam me, but I'm happy to help out when I can. So, all right. So, hey guys, I'm going to log it off. I really do appreciate all of you logging in. Hey, go check out some other videos, get prepped, get ready. I'm going to be up early in the morning trying to see if I can damage this vehicle. And I have parts on the way in case it breaks. I have 17mm hex conversion for it. We're going to throw some silly buggy race tires on it and try to go racing with it and see how silly that is, see if it actually works for it or not. We're going to do some speed runs. We're going to do all sorts of stuff with this thing. Give it a full on conversion, a full on test and review, and see what it does. So, hey everybody, Christians, RCs, you made it right at the very end, right as we're getting ready to log off. So everybody, thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. Thanks for your time. Thanks for sticking with me for 54 minutes tonight. So we will talk to you later. Goodbye.